a new boss. Well, how can I say boss in feminine, in female? It's
It's
the same?
both. Yeah, that's the
Okay.
same.
So we have a new boss, and also we have too much work because one of my partners dismissal the company, or how can I say
Right. Yeah, that's it. He dismissed or he
he
quit.
dismissed he quit the job. So we distribute the well his task among the my partners and me. So we had too much work, and with this change, is more complicated.
I think so. Yes, you're right. Well, sometimes it is really tiring, so stressful. But anyway, we have to do it.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much, Emiliano. All right, Sandy, how are you?
Oh, fine, thank you, teacher. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you very much. So, what about your week? Please talk to us.
Oh, well, it was too, well, a little annoying because I lost my internet connection around 2 days or something like that for failings. I don't know where, when, or whatever. And it was very annoying.
Annoying and stressful, I think, because well, nowadays we depend a lot of the internet connection. I remember that time ago we didn't know what it was, so it was not
Exactly.
necessary.
Yeah, but now it was very, well, it's interesting because I lost the connection in my home, my Wi-Fi, but
Uh-huh,
I don't lose it in my cell phone because I have other plan. I don't know.
another
It's
plan.
different. Exactly, it's like different. Then I can check my email in my cell phone, but I can use my laptop. It was like, this is ridiculous. Like,
Yes, but haven't you tried to use your cell phone, your mobile, as modem?
yes, I tried it, but it was very erratic I don't know why, but it's erratic. I tried to use in our class in the Thursday. No, Wednesday. It's right. Wednesday, Thursday,
Yeah,
and
when
it was impossible. Impossible. Simple, impossible. It's like a flashes, the signal. But in my cell phone, it was okay. I don't know. I
well,
don't get that. Well, it was terrible for me.
oh my, I'm so sorry to know that. Well, the very good thing is that it has already been fixed.
Well, yes, and thank you for open this class for us. I really appreciate that.
No, it's okay. I'm sorry because well, you know what? Why I did it? Because I know that most of you work during the week. So if you do it, of course, it is quite an impossible task to be online whenever it is required. So
Hmm.
I think that although this is not a very necessary class talking about the evaluation, you know that we don't take into consideration the class for the evaluation. Because of that, not everybody have the opportunity to be online. So it could be ridiculous from us to say, I don't care. You have to
Hmm.
be online. I don't care how you do it. It is nonsense. And so that's why we don't take it into consideration. But also, I thought that there are people who are interested in taking the class. So it was not a problem for me to give 1 free hour for you to have the class. I'm at home. I don't have many urgent things to do. So I don't have any inconvenience.
Well, you are great. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that because it's a está super chingón. Thank you. I really appreciate.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You know what? I think that you deserve it because you are the people who are making our beautiful country grow up. So we have to help each other to make this Mexico the great country that really is. So if we don't work shoulder to shoulder, hand to hand, if we don't work heart to heart, it is not possible to do that. So we can do it together. That's why I don't have any inconvenience.
But well, you are very kind, really, because you give us your time, and that is very important. Thank you again.
Thanks to you. I am very happy to be with you. All right, you know what? Today we are going to talk about a very nice, passionate, interesting topic. Guess what? We are going to talk about sleep. And the question today is, how much do you usually sleep? What about you, Mary? How much do you usually sleep? Marisela, hello. Yoo-hoo.
Hi, I'm here.
Mixie, hello. How are you?
I'm fine.
Excellent. I'm very happy to listen to you all. All right. You know what? We were talking about today's topic, that is sleep. So,
Oh, okay.
I would like to know how much you sleep. What about you, Marisa?
Okay, yes, thank you. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I have problems with my microphone. I try to sleep uh, 7 hours per day because sometimes I have to start my working day at 6 o'clock. But it's very necessary to sleep 8 hours per day because it's important
I had to recover.
recover and our sleep and rest. So maybe per day 6 or 7 hours.
Yes. Yes, it is necessary. So it's okay that you sleep, well, 6 or 7 hours, because there are many people who sleep 4 or 5 hours. I think that it is not healthy. All right.
That's me.
That Mixie, why? Tell us. Please tell us
uh,
everything.
because I cannot I can't sleep. So I usually go to bed around. I mean, I go to bed um, at 10, 11 o'clock, but I usually fall asleep around um, 1 a.m. and then I have to get up at 6 a.m. So 5 or 6 a.m. So I don't really have that much of sleep, but I take naps.
Well, that's good.
So I want to believe that helps with my lack of sleep. Sometimes I even go to bed or fall asleep at 3 a.m. I don't know. I think I have insomnia or something.
My goodness, yes, it's very late. Haven't you tried talking to a doctor? Because I think that it is really late.
Yes, and I actually have a few pills that um, they are supposed to help me to relax and sleep, but it doesn't work. So I I just get used to get naps.
Mm-hmm.
So I got I go to bed, really go to bed at 1 a.m. Get up at 5 a.m. and then take a nap at 6 or 7 p.m. and then get up again and then go to sleep at 1 a.m. That's like my whole routine.
Uh-huh. Well, it may also be that in any way you have got used to it. it can be, that your organism, your body says it's time to go to sleep because you do it all of the time at the same time. So it
Yeah.
may be. What do you think about this, Emiliano? What do you think about this problem,
About the sleep.
about Mixie's problem,
About what? Sorry, I can't
about
hear
the
you.
problem that Mixie has?
Um, well, I don't know what to say.
And I even
If she feels that, I don't know, exhausted after the sleep, um, I think there is a problem. But if she felt good, no, she doesn't feel exhausted. Maybe it's not a problem.
Yes, you're right. How do you feel, Mitzi?
well, I have tried to skip my naps so I can go to sleep early, but it always ends the same. If I go to bed at 9 p.m., I get up at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. and then I have to go to sleep, I don't know, at 5 and then get up again. So I don't know, my body is just used to 5 or 6 hours of sleep. So I don't know. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, well, I coincide with Emiliano. If you feel okay, it may not be a problem. The problem is that if you feel tired, if you feel exhausted, if you during the day you feel sleepy, well,
Not not really.
then it may be.
Not
Uh,
after 6 p.m. I mean, that's when it's my time to take a nap.
oh, that's it. Well, it may happen. Then it may be normal on you.
hmm
All right. Thank you very much, Mitzi. So, what about you, Emiliano? How do you regularly sleep?
I try to sleep 6 hours, maybe 7 hours per day, but sometimes I sleep 5 hours.
5 hours. Oh, it's not, well, in my opinion, it is not enough.
No, sometimes not because I um c- I came to home very late. Sometimes I came at 9 p.m. So I need to do some things in my house, prepare some some stuff about my job, about my personal task in my house, and I go to the bed at 12 p.m., 12 a.m., something like that. But I need to wake up at 5, most late it's 6 a.m. So depends of the hour I go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
It's the hours I sleep.
Oh my. Well,
But usually I sleep 6, 7 hours.
you usually sleep 6 or 7
Yes,
hours. Well, then it can be okay if you feel well, as you said.
yes, but yeah, sometimes I felt very tired at work.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's the problem when
Yes,
we
I
are
felt
tired.
very tired.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Emiliano. Who's missing? Sandy?
Yes, I miss. Well, in my case, I try to sleep around 7 hours, but I suffer a different kind of insomnia. I can sleep all the time together. I don't know. I I always wake up around 2 or 3 p.m. and wake up. Like I
Oh,
open my eyes and it's like strange. I'll only open my eyes and maybe I drank water or something like that, and I keep sleep again. But it's
Uh-huh.
difficult because I feel tired when this thing happened, because I can sleep continuously.
Uh-huh. You feel
Well, that it's a problem for me. I know that.
that you can be exhausted.
Yes, I really I can sleep around 7 hours, but I feel bad, like exhausted. Now I start
Like
to.
you overslept?
No, I'm not oversleep. It's like if I can't sleep continuously all these 7 hours in
You have to
one.
take breaks. Then,
Exactly, I take like a break for sleeping. It's very strange. But now
yeah.
I I read an article about magnesium and I start to take pills of magnesium like a complement. And I feel better now because now I reduce that breaks. Well, it's not all the day, and it's a relief for me.
Oh
Oh.
my. Well,
But it's great. If you could take, well, of course, talk with your doctors. Take magnesium is very good for sleep and for articulation and muscles. It's really great. Really.
hey, that's a very good piece of advice. What do you think about it, Mitzi?
I have some pills of magnesium because my aunt bought it for me.
And
But
how?
I don't know. I I don't know if it's something in me. I mean, on my mindset, but I'm not really keen to like supplements and stuff because every day I take green juice, a pill of collagen, and a pill of magnesium, but I don't really feel any different.
Uh, yeah, so maybe it doesn't work on you.
But I have heard and seen a lot of people that says that it's good and it makes them feel better, but it it just I I don't feel it.
Uh-huh,
Maybe
that's it.
you need to check the dose, because when other people give you, maybe you have the other kind of dose. You need to read those for yourself, for your weight, and maybe you need less, or maybe you need more.
Probably.
All right. That's pretty good. Thank you very much. You know what? Today we are going to check some facts about sleep. You know what? They are really interesting. Here we go. 10
Let's
facts
see.
about sleep. Let's see. Okay, can you see?
Mm, yes.
All right.
Yes,
Please, Sandy, could you help me reading number one?
yes, of course. Number one, the record for the longest period without sleep is 18 days. Oh my God. 20
Oh,
hours and 40 minutes during a rocking chair marathon. The record holder reported hallucinations, paranoia, blurred vision, slurred speech and memory, and concentration lapses. Wow.
My
no
goodness.
thanks.
No,
Can you
exactly. No
see?
thanks.
Yeah, can you see how damaging it could be to our brain not to sleep?
Yes, that remember me a movie. It's a remake by Christopher Nolan. It's
Insomnia.
called Insomnia. Yes, that movie.
Aha.
Very, I like too much. Yes, that remember me that. point because the principal character can't sleep, but he needs to work in a investigation case of murders.
You know what? It reminds me also that movie picture. It was starred by Robin Williams and
Yes,
Robert De Niro. Oh, they were
uh,
excellent actors. And
That's the same movie.
I
I
think
think so.
so.
Yeah, it's Insomnia. It was a writer who was, no, an investigator who was making research about a murder. And the murder, for me, surprisingly, the murder was Robin Williams. For me, it was so surprising because I have ever seen Robin Williams in very nice characters. So to see him
You
like,
haven't seen him as a villain.
for me, it was so surprising. I said, no, of course not. And yes, he
Oh,
was murdered. And he played a very nice, a very good starring. He was very good. For me, it was so
Yes, I
surprising.
have the same impression.
Yeah, that's it. Whenever you have,
First, I think, well,
yes,
what?
when I saw him at the first time in the movie, I think I can't believe it was Robin Williams because, as you said, I watched the movies of Robin Williams. I'm always a comedian.
Yeah,
He's a comedian
we were used to see him as a
as the good
comedian.
man.
Yeah, the good one.
when you saw Patch Adams, you really loved him because he was wonderful. When you saw here in Mexico, we called it Papa por siempre. You really loved
Yeah.
him and you cried, and many others, no. But when you see him in that kind of roles, you said, no, that's not him.
Yes.
But he was really good. All right,
He
then.
was a good actor.
He was. It was a real pity that he committed suicide. It was
Yes.
also so surprising. I couldn't believe it. I said, no way. Of course not, not Robin Williams. But anyway, that was the truth.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. Well, you know what? I would like to talk to you about an experience I had. It was in the real life. I was going to apply for an examination. It was going to be a very important examination. I was applying for the TKT1, TKT2, and TKT3. But as I have been working a lot, I didn't have time. Yeah, the three at the same time. I didn't have time for studying. So 2 days before the exam was going to be on Saturday. 2 days before, on Thursday and Friday, I started studying. But I couldn't sleep on Thursday because I was sleeping. Later on Friday, I didn't sleep either because of the same reason. I was studying. And guess what? When I was applying the exam, I really thought that it was German. I said, no, no way. That's German. I can't believe it. I mistook the classroom. This is not the room for the examination. And so I was turning around to see who were in the room, and they were my classmates. So I said, everybody committed the same mistake. Oh my. Later on, I checked the exam again, and I said, no, this is English. And so I began to feel how my vision got blurred, like a television without an antenna. And in my ears, I was listening to that sound like zzz. So it was a buzz in my ears. And so I couldn't concentrate very well. I thought that I was going to faint. because of the necessity of sleep.
The lack of of sleeping.
Mm-hmm. So I would never recommend doing that. It was terrible. Fortunately, I passed the exam, the three exams. They were from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock, from 10 to 12, and 12 to 2 o'clock. The three in the same day. So
It
it was,
was 6 hours of
aha,
exam. Wow.
yeah, that's it. So I won't ever do that again. Not the three exams at the same day. I mean, not to sleep before an exam. It's terrible. Never do that.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. So it reminded me also that part. And I was watching the person who was helping us to apply the exam, and I thought that I had seen her before, and that she wanted to take my exam. So I was hallucinating because, of course, she didn't meet me before. She didn't know who I was, and so was thinking that no, she comes for me. She comes because my boss sent her to make me fail the exam. Later,
What?
Maggie, what happens to you? You are getting crazy. And so that later on, I said, my goodness, they were hallucinations. So never do it. I don't recommend it.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. So please, Mary, could you help us reading number 2? Mary, hello. Maybe she's having problems with her microphone. Mitzi, could you help us reading number 2?
Okay. It's impossible to tell if someone is really awake without close medical supervision. People can take cat naps with their eyes open without even being aware of it.
My goodness, haven't you ever seen a person like this? Having
Yes, well, I think so. My
and
brother,
are you
my little brother. Yeah, he loves to sleep. And sometimes I think he's like it says here, he's sleeping with his eyes open. Like he's not seeing anywhere. He's just lying there with his eyes open, but he doesn't pay attention to you, and you have to like call him out on it, and then that's when he answers you that he's awake, but I don't believe him.
My goodness. Oh,
Like he could be sleeping like 13 hours and he will be fine. I mean, as
wow.
fine as that could be. And then you are talking with him, or you are seeing a movie or doing anything, and he just like he loses himself, and I think he's sleeping, but he doesn't even know it.
Wow. That's so interesting. All right. Thank you very much, Mixie. Okay, Emiliano, have you heard something like this before?
No, never.
Not at all. All right. Well, thank you very much. So, Sandy, what about you?
Well, I never heard about catnaps, never in my life, but I suppose that I have a lot in my life because I have a, like lack time, like lost time, like seconds, like I am hearing some speech or something like that, and suddenly I like wake up and say, "What? No, I'm awake."
Aha,
But
that's it.
I'm not really sure if I take a cat nap or only be lost in the speech, you know?
That's it. I think
Yeah.
that we do. We always do. Here, the interesting fact is that some people do it with their eyes opened.
Well, I never saw me if I have the eyes open or not.
You know
I don't
what?
know.
Is a cat nap just like a regular nap?
No, a cat nap is when you are suddenly sleeping, but it is kind of like maybe a couple of seconds. Like you fall asleep and you wake up.
It's like when you te cabeceas.
That's it.
Exactly, something like that, yes.
Yeah, and maybe
Okay.
you fall asleep, but just for a really short period of time.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so you know
Yeah, that's
what?
my brother.
I remember it reminded me that time ago when I was studying the high school, I had a class that was at 2 p.m. and it was physics. And my teacher was really, really boring because he had a
Why?
low voice. It was from 1, no, 12 to 2 p.m. And later on, I was sitting in a place where all the sunbeams were on my eyes. So they were, I was not very well in that moment because I couldn't see. And so I remember that at that time I was really hungry. And so I remember that once upon a time I was in the class, and when I realized I fall asleep, and when I realized I was dreaming that I was eating a sandwich, and I
What?
suddenly woke up, and
It was the hunger.
I surprised myself with my mouth open, pretending that I was eating. And
Okay.
yeah, some of my classmates were looking at me. It was really embarrassing. But anyway, I think that it was very common. Whenever you are a student, you are always hungry. No, well, most of us. Even in
Yeah.
Politécnico, I studied in Instituto Politécnico Nacional, and
Mm-hmm.
I remember that they said, yes, it's because we are estudiambres. Jesus Christ.
Probably.
Yeah, that's it. And so, yes, it happened to me. It was so embarrassing. It was a catnap that I had. Or whenever you are in the public transportation and you are standing up, but suddenly you realize that you were hanging from in the subway. You were with your arms holding the tube, and suddenly,
Your back.
and then you realize that you were sleeping for a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yes, it
that
can be
happens.
embarrassing,
Yeah.
but okay. All right. Thank you very much. Now, please, let's go to number 3. Emiliano, could you help us reading?
Yes. Anything less than 5 minutes to fall asleep at night means you're sleep deprived. Deprived. The
Deprived.
Deprived.
idea deprived. Oh, okay. The ideal is between 10 and 15 minutes, meaning you're still tired enough to sleep deeply, but not so exhausted you feel sleepy by day.
That's it. Well,
Okay.
time ago, I used to be that kind of people who lay down and fall asleep in 1 or 2 seconds.
Immediately.
Yeah, immediately, like in the commercials, in the advertisements on television about the bear, kind of like that. but now I am more relaxed. It doesn't happen to me very frequently. What about you, Emiliano? Does it happen to you
Yes, sometimes in the week. I
during the
just
week?
during the week I put my head on the pillow and I fall asleep.
And how do
But
you feel?
very exhausted. But usually I take me too much time to fall asleep.
Mm,
just when I have just when I have a lot of work, that happens to me.
that's it. All right, thank you very much, Emiliano. Mitzi, what about you? Does it happen to you?
Well, when I take my naps, I usually just go to bed and immediately fall asleep. But at night, when I'm supposed to be sleeping, it usually takes me to 15 to 45 minutes to fall asleep.
15 to 45.
Yes,
All right, so what do you do during that time?
I usually read.
Hey, that's good.
I have a lot of books, I mean, on my tablet. So I usually read until I fall asleep.
Hey, that's good. All right, pretty good. You know what? Somebody told me that the light that the tablet or the cell phone emits is damaging or eyes. So don't you feel badly about that? I mean, your eyes, aren't they irritated?
Well, I have a Kindle. I think that's how it says, Kindle.
Aha,
The
Kindle.
the the Amazon one that it's supposed to have a better lighting than a regular phone, so
Aha,
it doesn't hurt your eyes.
aha. Hey, that's it. That's good then. All right. Okay, thank you very much, Mitzi. And so, Sandy, what about you?
Well, I used to have terrible habits about go to sleep because I got to sleep with my cell phone and start to look at my email, my plays or games or the web and you know, then I go to sleep maybe at 10 and maybe I get to sleeping, really sleeping 1 hour or 1 hour and a half after. But now I changed that because it was a terrible thing and I go to sleep and only take maybe 10 or 15 minutes to sleep.
That can be healthier
Yes, of course, I really appreciate when I sleep, you know, all the night or a
all night
lot of
long.
hours. Yes,
Hey, that's it. Ah, sleeping is delicious.
yes,
Delicious.
Yes.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Now let's see the other image. Let's go to number 4. Here we are. Hey, that's terrifying. Look at this. Emiliano, could you help us reading?
Yes, a new baby typically results in 750 hours plus sleep for parents in the first year. Uh, I remember there is a study where the researchers find that those hours of sleep, well, of lost sleep, have never be recovered.
Mm-hmm.
There is hours lost forever.
That's the
Yeah.
saddest part of, of it.
Uh-huh. That's it. Yes. I don't know if you have children, but to have a child is extremely wonderful. It's so beautiful. But those nights, my goodness.
Maybe it's because I have insomnia, but I used to take care of my um how do you say when there are two of them?
Both?
Yeah, but when I
No,
mean
twins?
yeah,
Yeah,
that was the word.
when you have
I,
twins.
I used to take care of my cousin twins because she had like post
Oh,
she had depression after she had them.
after
So
birthing.
I used to take care of them, and I mean, yeah, it could be hard, but it's also really a really nice feeling to even to get up at 2 a.m. and then at 4 a.m. to just take care of the kids.
That's it. You know what? I remember that when my first son, the eldest of my children, was 6 months old. I don't know what happened in his head, but he had the use of waking up at 10 o'clock in the night. And he started crying, really crying, since that moment to 6 o'clock in the morning. It was for 3 days, and I was working. So when the baby woke up, I tried to make him sleep. I carry it, I cuddle him, and I lay down with him on my stomach so that he could feel much better. But he didn't stop crying. So when he really fall asleep at 6 o'clock in the morning, I had to go to work. So those days were really, I don't know how to describe it. I love my son, but those days were terrible, really terrible. And so, what about you, Emiliano? Do you have children?
No.
No, don't you have children? So, and you are thinking too much about it, no? To
Yes.
No thanks.
have a child.
After that story, yes.
You
I,
said no.
I used to rock them on a chair or just rock them on a hammock
Uh-huh.
to got them back to sleep.
Oh, yes. But sometimes even that doesn't work. Oh, Jesus. So it is terrible.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Well, Sandy, what about you?
Well, I don't have kids, but I used to care my nieces when she was very younger. Well, younger than now.
Yeah, when
And
they
in
were
the
Hmm.
first time, it was terrible because I remember that my sister and my brother-in-law, yes,
uh-huh.
Hmm.
okay, go to take a dinner or a movie or something like that. I don't remember exactly, but I put the baby. Well, it not was a baby; it was a little child, like 2 years,
A
But the
toddler.
little,
That's
yeah,
harder than a baby.
really,
Uh-huh.
I don't know, but
Yes,
I put
that's
in the
harder than a
bed,
baby.
and I only think what's happened is something happened between she fall asleep and I go to the bathroom. Like,
My
Yes.
goodness.
is
Yeah.
she dead? If she can breathe, if she and I only I sit there in the bedroom and saw
And
her like an idiot.
and watch watch
Yeah,
watch
what
her.
happened with me? And I saw her, and I am like 2 hours or 3 hours saw the baby. Well, saw the kid, and I feel terrible. If I move, maybe she die or something like that. Terrible, terrible.
Wow.
It's like a super big responsibility to care a kid.
Uh-huh.
And
Even
well,
if it is not yours, it is terrible. When
well,
it,
if it's yours, I think it's the same because well, I don't know. I don't have mine, but I think it's the same. It's like a huge responsibility.
It
But
is.
Yeah.
well, I take care other another occasion and never happened again. I only put the baby, well, the kid in her bed
In
and
her
take
nest.
care and check it, sometimes at the night, but only check it. Like it's okay. It's not. I don't know how do you say destapado in English.
Uncovered.
Uncovered.
Uncover. She is covered. Okay, she is uncovered. I cover it, and that's it. But
Uh-huh.
the first time I remember, like the hell, horrible.
It was her.
Yeah, that's it. Well, I think that when the baby is yours, of course you feel the responsibility, love, and everything. But whenever you are taking care of a baby who is not yours, my goodness, it is not only those all of those feelings, but also guilty, responsibility. You are thinking that you are going to be in trouble, and oh my, that's terrible.
Yes. Well, I can say that.
That's it. All right. Thank you very much. Okay, now let's go to the next image. Here we go. Aha, number 5. A volunteer, any volunteer to read?
Number
I,
5?
I
Uh,
can see
Yes.
number 5. Sorry,
I
I
I
can
can't.
can't.
I can't either.
No? All right, so I will do it. No one knows for sure if other species dream, but do have sleep cycles similar to humans. What they mean is that the natural cycle for a human to sleep is whenever we are falling in a light dream and our eyes are moving. Later on, the
Mm-hmm.
second stage is whenever we are falling asleep in a deeper stage and we begin to have involuntarily movements.
Yeah,
So
like those videos of like dogs running on their sleeps.
That's it. They look really gorgeous, don't they?
Yes, they are cute.
Um, yeah, and haven't you had any pet? And don't you know anything like that? What do you think about it, Mitzi?
Well, I I used to have a dog that did that, and it was really funny because it was a big dog, not a not a small one, but a pit bull, a really fat pit bull, and it was funny to
Wow.
watch her sleep and run during it. I don't know. It was hilarious.
Yeah, so hilarious. All right, thank you very much. Mari, what do you think about it?
Um, I don't know. I don't know. I'm so sorry. I have some problems with my computer. Um, I don't. I don't know what happened with the other species. But I had a turtle,
Mm-hmm.
and um, when she sleep and she closed her eyes, maybe I think that that she thinking in the grass, because in some moments she woke. So I don't know, maybe or she beat and open her mouth and beat, and maybe
Mm-hmm.
she dreamed that she's eating something. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't have a lot of pets, but only a turtle. So I don't
But
know.
it's interesting. I thought that it didn't occur in water animals, no? But yes, it's so nice, so interesting. Thank
Yes,
you.
thanks.
Thank you very much, Mary. All right, Sandy, what about you?
Well, I have two dogs, a girl and a boy, and the girl sleeps a lot. Well, sleeps a lot and dream a lot because I can tell that I think she is dreaming with running, of course, like in the videos that we we see in YouTube. Like she is moving their legs and she's running. But
Uh-huh.
she dreams with take meal with your mom, with her mom,
Uh-huh.
uh, like a puppy, and it's very funny because you can hear sucking, really sucking, like, and she's very happy. She moves the tail, and well, I'm convinced that dogs dream. I'm sure for that.
Hey, that's great. Yes. I'm also so convinced that they can do it.
Mm.
All right. Thank you very much, Sandy. All right, Emiliano, what about you? What do you think about this?
Mm, well, the logs well, the my dogs just snore. How can I say wrong? Is
Yes, no.
Snoring.
snore. They used to snore
Yes.
a lot, but don't have any movements when they sleep. But yes, I agree with that. Uh, that first about they have similar sleep cycles.
I hate
But
every time I go to my house in Tuxpan because we have a dog that snores and he loves to sleep next to the front door, and that's when I have my bed when I go back to my house. So he never lets me sleep because he is
My,
constantly snoring.
oh my. You know what? My cat also snores so noisily, but it is also because my cat is really obese. It's enormous. It's an enormous cat and it's really, really fat.
I have never listened a cat snore.
No,
Me neither.
I
No.
do all of the time. I don't recommend it. Yeah, because she is so noisy.
I mean, my dog almost sounds like a person.
My
So
goodness.
I don't know how does a cat snoring sounds.
It sounds similar to people.
Really?
Yeah, I thought that it was maybe my son-in-law, and
Mm-hmm.
I went well, I stood up and I went next to his bedroom, to my daughter and his bedroom, but no, the sound didn't come by there. Later on, I turned around and I saw on the carpet the cat, and the sound came from there. And I said, wow, I couldn't believe it. Yeah, it's so similar to human snoring.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, too much.
Yeah, also because cat noises are really peculiar. So
Uh-huh.
it's it's interesting to learn that they snore just as us.
Uh-huh. And yes, as I told you before, this cat is really, really fat. So I think that her snoring comes from her weight. She's so overweighted. But anyway,
Could
I
be.
have a question for Marisela. The turtle snores?
I don't think so.
well,
Hmm.
I don't figure out how the turtle could sound.
No, I don't say I didn't say that. I said that my turtle move the legs
Ah,
No,
as
No,
yeah,
but
a
yeah,
word
but have you
and
ever?
open the mouth like if she was eating. But
yeah,
no,
I get that, but
Have you
I
ever
don't
say that.
heard it
exactly,
snoring?
exactly. That's the question.
I know. No. I never listen sounds, different sounds. Only when the turtle beat, sound like a clap. Okay, but
Yeah.
no, I have a lot of time my turtle, 13 years old,
Wow.
and I have my turtle for 13 years.
Oh my.
That's a lot.
Yes,
Too
It's a
much.
really old
but
turtle.
never listened any sound like a nose. No, a snore.
Well,
Sorry.
but
And well, I
they are
have a
really
question.
quiet.
Yeah, I have a question for Mario also. Do they emit any sound? The turtles?
No, only when uh
Beat,
they beat,
bite.
yes, and it's like a clap, and it's very strong. And if the turtle beat your hand or your finger, is very it's a big pain, because they have como pillow in the
Sharpen.
mouth. Yes,
Their mouth is so sharpened.
yes.
Really?
My goodness. And so, Jesus Christ, well, I knew that whenever they bite anybody, they don't let the person or the thing go out. They continue for a long time, for a long period.
Yes, my turtle, I lost it, because I don't know if some person um, maybe took it, but I had that turtle 13 years, so I love it a lot.
Oh, that's
I used to
nice.
have an orange turtle.
Orange. Ah,
Yes.
kind of like the Japanese ones.
Yes,
Uh,
Japanese turtle.
are orange?
Yes, green with orange. Yes.
I don't
Wow,
know. This was like completely orange. Her her,
completely
her
orange.
yes, her her body and the, how do you say caparazón?
I don't
Like
know.
casque? I don't know. But
Ask like,
it was like completely orange.
wow.
Even his or its eyes. I don't know if it was a his or her. We found we found it near the shore of our house when it was like a flood, and it just appeared, and we kept it, and we used to feed it bougainvilleas.
My goodness.
Wow.
Bougainvillea flowers?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then one day someone from the ayuntamiento came with the ¿cómo se llama? Uh, when they spread something to kept away mosquitoes and something like
Ah,
that,
it's the,
and they
Pesticide.
they contaminated their its pond, and then it got sick, and then it died.
oh my. Oh,
We
so
kept it
sad.
like for 5 years. It got
Oh,
really nice.
it
Yeah,
is
I'm
so
sorry
sad.
for that.
I'm so sorry. You know what? Whenever an animal is your pet, then you can talk about he or she. Whenever the animal is not yours, then it,
But I don't really know if it was a he or a she, so I don't know how to call it.
yeah, well, yeah. My father
That's
told
the
me,
thing with that turtle.
yeah, my father told me one day, baby, do you know how we can determine if it is a he or a she? I mean, a fish. And I said, no. I said, Daddy is so wise, so he will tell me how could I know? if it is a he or a she. And he told me, yes.
Me neither.
No, if she has a pair of earrings and a necklace, of course, it's a she. And I said, oh, my daddy,
Oh,
I'm serious. But I thought that he was going to
a
tell
truly
me.
that joke.
That's it. A few joke. All right. Well, you know what? We can continue talking for a long time about this interesting topic, but unfortunately time is over. So I don't know if you want to ask any question, to say any comment.
Only caparazon is shell.
Shell.
Like
Concha.
with the, yes.
Yes.
Shell. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. All right. Okay. So I don't know. Any question? Any other comment? No? Anybody?
Nope.
Nope.
No, thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for your attention, for your attendance, and of course, for your brilliant participation. So have a very good night and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
You too. See you.
You too. See you.
Thank you very much. Good night.
Good
Thank
night.
you. Good
And
night.
sweet dreams.
Likewise, sleep tight.